Multiply and simplify fractions. Here are examples to understand how to multiply fractions and then simplify them. Okay. So the first one is 9 over 10 times 2 over 3. To multiply fractions, you need to multiply numerators together and then denominators. So 9 times 2 is 18. So I can write this as 18 divided by 10 times 3 is 30. So that is how you multiply fractions. So whenever you have to multiply fractions, you multiply numerators together, write them in numerator, and then denominator, write them in denominator. This is the first step. The second step is to simplify it. That means divide by common factors. Now 18 and 30 are both even numbers, right? So they could be divided by 2. Well, 18 and 30 can also divide by 6, right? 6 times 3 is 18 and 6 times 5 is 30. But that may not be so easy. So let's do it in steps of 2. So let us first divide by 2. If I divide by 2 both, what do I get? I get 18 divided by 2 as 9 and 30 divided by 2 as 15. Half of 30, right? Now, as you can see, 9 and 15, I can divide them both by 3. So let's divide them by 3 this time. 9 divided by 3 is 3 and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 3 over 5 is the real answer, right? That is the answer in lowest terms. That is what we mean by saying multiply and simplify fractions. Okay, so let's do some more. So this time we have 2 times 3 in the numerator and 3 times 4 in denominator. At this stage, you can pause the video, answer these questions, and then watch the solution. Okay, so let's do it. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 comes in the numerator, 3 times 4, 12. We get 6 over 12. Now to simplify, we can divide both by 6 itself. Okay, if you divide by 6, you get 6 divided by 6 is 1 and 12 divided by 6 is 2. Half. Do you see? 6 over 12 is same as half. So you should write half, which is simplified way or simplified fraction of 6 over 12. Now let's do the next one. 10 times 3 is 30. 12 times 5 is, you may use calculator. Or let's do like this. 5 times 2, let's say 12 times 5. 5 times 2 is 10, 1 there. And 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 1, 6, 60. So you get 60. As you can see, 60 is twice 30. So you can write this in simplified form as half, correct? Otherwise, you can divide it in steps slowly, 1 by 3, then by 2, and then continue to get half. Next one is 3 over 4 times 8 over 9. How to multiply them? Just multiply numerators as we did with previous 3 examples. So 8 times 3 is 24. Let me write 24 in the numerator. 9 times 4, 36 in the denominator. Now let's divide them and simplify. Both can be divided by 4, right? 4 times what is 24? And 4 times what is 36? 4 times 6 is 24 and 4 times 9 is 36. So we can divide 24 by 4 getting 6. 36 divided by 4 gives us 9. Can you further simplify this? Yes, you can. You can now divide by 3, correct? Let's do that. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So you get your answer in the lowest terms, 2 over 3, correct? Now that is one way of doing it. Now I'll teach you alternate way of doing it. So this is very fast. That is, first simplify and then multiply. So here the strategy is simplify and then multiply. You know what is the advantage here? If you simplify then multiply, you'll end up with small numbers. See here, these were very big numbers and it took us a lot of time to simplify. It is better first to simplify and then to multiply. Let me show you the difference. 9 over 10 times 2 over 3. Let me do this question again by first simplifying and then multiplying. Okay, so let's do it. Let's simplify. Now, treat both numerators together and denominators together. Ultimately, you have to multiply them, right? So, do you see some common factors? 10 is even, 2 is even. So, you can divide 10 by 2 and 2 by 2. So, if I divide 2 by 2, I get 1. If I divide 10 by 2, I get 5. So, we write like this, so that we don't have to extend like this forever. Okay, so you understand, 10 divided by 2 is 5, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we wrote 1 for 2 and 5 for 10. Now, 3 goes in 9 3 times. So 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 times 3 is 9. So like that, we simplified our fractions. Now we can multiply. 3 times 1 is 3 and 5 times 1 is 5. Do you see we got the same answer? Yes, we did. So, do you like this method? This is like much simpler, right? You don't really get into big numbers. Let's do one more. This time, 5 and 10. You know they are related. 5 times 2 is 10. So, 5 times 1 is 5 and 5 times 2 is 10. Similarly, we can cross out 9 and 3. 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 times 3 is 9. So what are we left with? We are left with 1 times 1, which comes in the numerator, and 2 times 3 times 2, 6 in the denominator, and you get your answer. Isn't that simple? Yes, it is. Now you can stop the video at this time and then simplify and then multiply. Let's go through it. 3 over 8 times 4 over 9. You can see 3 and 9 are related, 8 and 4 are related, correct? So 4 is 2 times 8. So we'll write 2 for 8, 1 for 4. Similarly, 3 is 1 times 3 is 3 and 3 times 3 is 9. What do you get now? 1 times 1 in the numerators, 2 times 3 is 6 in the denominator. So you get 1 over 6. None of these have big numbers like we had in all of them. Do you see that? So we need to simplify. Let's first simplify, then multiply. This one is even simpler. How? 7 goes. 7 times 1, 7 times 1. Correct? 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So what do we get? 1 times 1 in the numerator and 1 times 2, that is half, is our answer. So that is how you can simplify and then multiply. Do you see that? Now I'll appreciate if you could copy these questions and redo this exercise on your own. That will help you to understand how I did it, right? I went through it very fast since you have an option to go back and watch it again, right? So I'll appreciate if you could copy these questions, do them all over again, and then move on to the next video. Thank you and all the